Hey, you are watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm trying out a couple new decks today. I don't know how new they are, but they're new for me. So we're going to mix it up, and the reading might come out a little different today, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so, well, when I split the deck, I got Adjustment, Looking Back and Moving Forward, and we got Guide, the Illuminated Path. So this is really interesting because it's just sort of like, it's like looking back and maybe seeing that you're not exactly where you want to be right now, and sort of making some adjustments and trying to fine tune that and figure out what needs to shift so that you can go forward towards where you want to be. And then we have Guide, the Illuminated Path, which is really kind of like listening to your inner guidance and being attuned to that, and allowing that to sort of guide your way forward. So this is really interesting because this reading is really talking about sort of taking a time out almost, and thinking about how you want to move forward, what your goals are, reassessing that maybe, what kind of finding what your true north is, because things are changing pretty dramatically in the world around us these days, and I think we all kind of have to make adjustments and adaptations to kind of to live in that. So I'm going to the Light Seers Tarot, and I'm going to pick some cards and see what we get. Interesting. Super interesting. I love how I just got this deck, so it's sort of like, it's really interesting. Well, first of all, it's really interesting how these decks just happen to match together really nicely. But then the other thing that I think is really interesting about this Light Seers deck is that the swords are associated with birds. That's kind of how they're represented in the cards. And so that's really, really, really interesting to me, especially if you know and have been watching this channel. You know that, like, I get a lot of guidance from birds because of my dad and everything. Okay. The other thing that's really interesting is how, like, the colors of these really match nicely. But at the bottom, we got the Six of Wands. So this is a card of victory. And it's a card of, I mean, it's like she's standing in front of this audience, and it's almost like the star here, but she's just getting like accolades for her work, you know? And then we have the Six of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So from this, like, what I get is, you know, like, again, there's all these birds, and this person is like in a boat, and they're moving on from a bad situation to a better situation. So, you know, obviously making adjustments. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is a card of boundaries. So she's like really had to cut away some things that no longer serve her to make room for this Page of Pentacles, which is this tangible offer to move forward. But it's just like, in order for that to happen, she kind of had to, it's like she's moving away from this bad situation, and at this moment she's kind of, this is like the present, and she's kind of reflecting right now about what she needs to cut away in order to make room for this new beginning in the future. So kind of like it makes sense, like right now is this moment of reflection. You know, that's the moment that we're in, about what adjustments we need to make so that we can move forward into the life that we want to live. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is like slow and steady movement. This is in the past. So we've made slow and steady progress from this situation, this bad situation, towards something better. And right now, still in this state of lacking, the Five of Pentacles. And so really having to reflect on what to cut away so that we can evolve from that. Because things are about to change. And something new is going to come online. But it's in order for that to happen, in order for us to reach this, we really have to take a moment to reflect on what it is that's holding us back, what's causing this lack, because that's what needs to get let go of. So this, I think, is a really powerful message. I think it might be a really good time to take some time to reflect and meditate on what the most positive path forward is going to be and what's going to get you to what your goals are. So this is my mom. When I pulled this down, we have the Seven of Wands, which I love how it's reflected in this deck, because she's just sort of like, she's kind of having to defend her inner peace, you know, and create this sanctuary around herself to protect that. And so in order to protect, which underneath is her stability. So it's just like really being thoughtful about what that stability means for you. That's what's going to lead to this. So it's all about reflection today.